And so our last but not least panel on this topic, the global perspective, will be about Russia. To moderate this panel, we have Alexander Galitsky, who is the founder and managing partner of Maxfiel Capital Partners. If you don't know this fund, I'm sure you will know at least two of the companies they founded because they were part of Yandex and Parallels. If you're a Mac user, you know it for sure. They have 300 million under management, active in Silicon Valley and Russia. And with Alexander on this panel about the Russian perspective, a group of investors and former entrepreneurs. Please help me welcome Alexander Galitsky and its Russian panel.
Hello. I have 4 coins from Russian Olympic Games in winter, so 4 great questions, and we will start our panel. I try to get slides. No? Last slides. So, yeah, so we are speaking about Russian market. Internet market in Russia, it is, and VC market is pretty big. So Russian market growing very fast. And as you know, 2 biggest European internet companies in Russia located, it's Yandex and Mail.ru. We have famous names of the companies like Acronis, Kaspersky, Parallels, booming on the Western market. And growing pretty fast as well. Even company Evernote, which presented here, came and has roots from Russia and was backed by Russian VC in the past. So by this way, here are the guys who actually working with Russian business. Here you see how many deals was done recently. Just in 2013, you see that how many deals in which direction was done. Of course, in Russia, too many entrepreneurs, and we are welcome too many also entrepreneurs from West, from Europe. I know many people from, even from France, working for the biggest actually company in e-commerce running by French lady, company Ozon. And it is how it is spread between different sectors. So this information presented and collected by a Russian venture company, and I would like to guys to introduce themselves, who they are, to give the short introduction for yourself, guys. Sasha, you can start.
Yeah, my name is Alexander Turkot. I'm a head of and managing partner and CEO of Maxfiel Capital, a venture fund, early stage venture fund, $100 million total portfolio, focused on, as I said, IT, internet, technology companies with global ambitions, with focus on global market.
My name is Kirill Varlamov. I'm a head of Internet Initiative Development Fund. We have a fund $200 million, and we focused on early stage investments, pre-seed and seed, and also we built some infrastructure like acceleration program, crowd investing platform, and etc.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Nick Davidov. I'm a co-founder and partner of IIDF Capital. That's a Moscow-based later-stage venture capital firm, managing around 120 million in roughly 12 investments so far. And we specialize in the deals around $10 million.
Well, I'm Alexander Potapov, Managing Director of RVC, Russian Venture Capital, a government state-funded funds backing up to 13 funds with a total capitalization of $1 billion. Our main point of interest is not internet itself, but different segments, life science, new materials, biotech, clean tech, and so on and so far. And among our companies, we have in our portfolio about 130 companies. It's about 17 companies which are internet-oriented, I would say. Thanks.
As you see, we have on the stage guys who represent government initiative like Alexander. We have combination of government and private initiative, which represent Kirill, and we have 3 of us who represent private business. So, but question to you guys will be actually why we are here, what we would like to achieve, and what your mission. So, to come over here to LeWeb', we have big REEF conference, which is possibly participants, as I remember last time, 10,000 people. So, what's your goal to over here? Who would like to answer this question?
Okay, as I said, we focused on early stage investment, and one of the big issues we are trying to make on the Russian market is to create more deals. So we start this acceleration program, and we'll have about 500 companies invested and accelerated the next 3 years. So we kindly invite to the other investors, the other fund, to co-invest with us on the next stages, on seed round or on round A. So that's why I'm here.
So Alexander, you, like few years ago, you actually had also government initiative which named Skolkovo. And the goal of Skolkovo was to open borders for initiative, actually high-tech initiative, and open Russia, who was closed for 70 years actually, to the joint technology development. So you changed right now for private person. So how you compare your business a few years ago and right now?
Well, yes, just a year and a half ago, I used to serve as the head of IT cluster of Skolkovo Foundation, another institution of development of Russian Federation. And the main purpose then was to set up the ecosystem for better development or for more successful development of technological entrepreneurship in 5 areas. I handled one of them, IT area. And the reason why I moved from, say, government job or half government job to private business is that there should be the complete ecosystem, or if you wish, food chain or complementary parts for successful development of the technological entrepreneurship. Government makes a lot of efforts and invests a lot of money and intellectual resources into creating the ecosystem, but private money is probably the main issue. So this is why I started my own private fund, and the purpose was to monetize, to capitalize the funnel and the beginnings which were created within Skolkovo Foundation.
So you built infrastructure for your future business?
Well, when I started that, I didn't expect it to be the infrastructure for the future, but everything we do, in fact, in our life is probably the basement for our next steps.
Okay, Nikolai. So you actually manage private money, as I understand, and how actually you integrate your business with Western business, if any, and actually what's the most successful story you can present to us today?
We try to foster the international development of the companies we invested in. Well, a lot of Russian startups really want to access the US markets, but we have no success stories in that case. However, we got several companies entering European markets, such as Poland, Germany, and even a little bit in France, mostly in internet advertising. However, we also foster development of companies into Southeast Asian regions, just because these markets are quite attractive. In terms of collaboration with Western companies, we have a lot of partners and clients of portfolio companies, but unfortunately, we have not had an opportunity to co-invest with European funds yet, and I'm open to these opportunities. We will be happy to.
What's a bigger challenge for guys, I mean for venture capitalists who work in with Russian projects. I'm not speaking just Russian entrepreneurs, since it is some Western entrepreneur also raising capital on the Russian market. So what's the biggest challenge you meet, guys? Who would like to take a lead to answer this question?
One of the biggest challenge to work in Russia with young entrepreneurs and startups is the mental culture. So people in Russia well educated technically, and a lot of good mathematicians school, a lot of engineers, but the whole ecosystem which leads to communication and common languages with funds and startups is not established well. And people speak in different languages, startups and funds, startups and governmental institution for development. And not enough education and not enough experienced people in the area of marketing and product development. So that's the biggest issue.
Yeah, someone?
I'd also name, well, there's a very limited number of challenges if you're doing a private startup in Russian internet, but the only one which is to be considered is a problem sourcing management and product managers. So I believe that's a very limited supply of decent product managers in the Russian market, which are eagerly able to develop the product and its marketing strategy and also its technology all at the same time.
Well, I would say that both for entrepreneurs and investors, one of the main challenges is low density of ecosystem itself, lack of mentors, lack of business angels, lack of accelerators, lack of, I would say, entrepreneurs themselves. So as we are supporting the biggest startup contest in Russia, Generation S, it's 1,600 companies, but it's really far behind that we need to maintain the good pipeline for all the VC funds acting in Russian stage. So I would say that we should have from 7 to 10,000 companies. And I think it's a question of time. So I believe that in the next 3-5 years, we see some different picture. But now we see what we see now.
No, actually,
I just wanted to support in a few words what just Alexander said. I believe that main challenge today is the timing. Because the age of Russian ecosystem, of venture ecosystem, is what, 5-6 years old, in fact, not diapers age already, but still too young, which means we're still suffering from some typical childhood diseases, and we have to lose some more teeth before we get to normal, say, mature situation. And this is going to take, I don't know, 3 to 5 years probably, while the ecosystem matures. And timing is the problem because worlds change too fast. And following and running after is not the best position. So we have to be to react quickly and to go fast.
No, actually, of course, it is number of deals pretty high in Russia. I mean that people who knock on the door. I will say in mid of 2000, I had possibly 10 per month. It was great. Now I have them sometimes 100 per week, but usually minimum 10 per week. So it is bringing the ability to see that it is pretty growing business. But when we're speaking about Russia, people look for Russia like Moscow. Possibly some people know St. Petersburg. Moscow region, of course, if you're speaking even about e-commerce, it is the size of Netherlands. Yes, so there are 15 million people approximately, and 15 million approximately in Moscow region. So, but where startups actually happen? Where we getting startups? In which places or geographies of Russia can you share? Since people know only St. Petersburg and Moscow, possibly.
We run the acceleration program, and we get a first intake in the last August, and get about 800 applications for first acceleration program from about 200 cities, whole of the Russia. So that's sometimes the most interesting teams, most interesting projects and technologies coming from regions, not from the Moscow. In Moscow, it's like big stories.
Moscow clubbing all night.
Yeah, that's the other. But the people in other cities are more focused on work sometimes. So that's the good idea to go to the regions.
Other experience, please.
We have websites, some good centers of development, like besides Moscow, St. Petersburg, it's first of all Kazan, Krasnoyarsk, Tomsk, Novosibirsk. So all the good university centers and centers where universities are organizing, I would say, entrepreneurship centers inside universities. So they attract young talents, and these young talents are taking part in all our acceleration programs. So I think these regions are most prospective.
So, Alexander, I would like to ask you a question. So since you actually represent one of Russian initiative or one of Russian institution which develop the ecosystem for entrepreneurs, how you guys and what programs you have abroad of Russia, since I understand you would like to integrate your initiatives with Western initiative or some world initiatives?
Well, we have some separate globalization program, which provides startups and companies of a later stage an opportunity to become a part of global supply chains. In order to do that, we have organized several rep offices in Singapore, Tel Aviv, Boston, Silicon Valley, UK, London, and we are trying to find the most prospective partners in these countries to establish good connection between our accelerators and knowledge transfer program and experience in these countries. And recently we have signed a couple of, I would say 3 or 4 agreements with Finnish partners like Turku Science Park, like Startup Sauna, and France, by the way, was a country partner of Open Innovations Forum, and it was some fruitful discussions with French partners as well. So we're trying to support all these activities.
For example, I am French or Dutch or German entrepreneur and would like to realize my dream to build something and would like to move to Russia. What I need to do in addition to get visa and everything. So what your suggestions will be, what my challenges will be as a foreign entrepreneur coming to Russia?
I believe it's more or less the same as like for Russian entrepreneurs trying to build something outside of Russia. First of all, you need some local employees and some possibly partners or co-founders able to execute and also communicate with someone
asking what I need to do.
To search for a network, yes. Just do a lot of networking. There's a lot of successful cases such as Jonas from Avito. He's Swedish, but he came to Russia and made the largest classified in the country. And I believe he started with building his professional network in Russia and also starting to employ Russian specialists and developers.
Kirill, your fund sounds very promising, free. Yeah, so, and how you answer on this question? Are you welcome to foreign entrepreneurs, how they can get you, and will it help them with visa and everything else?
On Russian free, on English it sounds IIDF, Internet Initiative Development Fund. And the answer will be to get the right partner. So it's always about this, but in Russia it's crucially important to find the right partners. So that's the answer. So if you wanted to do something in Russia, you have to find partners in the area. You need to do something to find the right people to work on you and to develop some markets and to work with government and etc.
So I would like to remind that we have few Olympic coins. It is not Bitcoins, but it is Olympic coins. So if some one of you have question, I will be happy to give first one. Any question from audience? Come on, guys, it is a coin. I'm buying question.
Alexander, there is one hand there.
Where? You have question?
First, I want to know what are really right now the hot topics in Russia concerning. Is it more e-commerce or social media? What is buzzing right now on internet in Russia?
Well, a lot of segments, and one of the most buzz is around big data and analyzing data for advertising.
E-commerce is big, but not only. I think another is mobile platform, is gaming, and e-learning. E-learning is a big issue in Russia now.
Okay, thank you. So there is not like special topics, like it's like elsewhere in the world. You have not like few specialty startups that are really buzzing just there that you have nowhere.
Well, I say that Russia has a full cycle infrastructure with all kinds of companies and all kinds of local businesses in the internet. But the density of rivalry is quite low, so you can enter any segment and be successful in that, and there's, well, no particular specialties. So there's a local Russian social network, there's a local search engine, local e-commerce, local advertising businesses, and, well, you name it.
Okay, thank you. And so, do you think that you have to be local to succeed in, I mean local, like to be a Russian startup or enterprise to succeed in Russia, or everybody is invited to go in the Russian market and it's not that complicated?
Well, you don't have to be local, but you have to operate locally. You have to, well, it usually works the same. You have to think globally, act locally. So if you want to grow your presence in Russia, you're welcome to enter the market, but you have to act locally. So you have to hire local people to run local operations, because the market is quite different. The language is different as well as within any other country.
Thank you very much.
Okay. So more coins. Coin and question. Here's a question.
Hi. The simple question, how do you think why such companies like Yandex and VK, who compete successfully with Facebook and Google, don't go abroad, don't go to win the US market or the European market with some new products?
Why? They are going. So Mail.ru opened my.com in US and it started to be pretty visible and successful. Yandex has different strategy going to Turkey. Trying Turkey. First of all, try to get all, let's say, Russian-speaking markets. They started to push Google from Ukraine and started to get success in Turkey. So we'll see.
Yeah, but Turkey is not so ambitious for Yandex because they can do much more, don't you think?
Excuse me?
Turkey is not such a big ambition for Yandex. They can do something more.
Come on, it is 80 million people or something.
Yeah, maybe. Of course.
And it also, requires some focus because, investors in the public space usually require companies to be less risky, take less risk. And also, if you are in the Russian market already, this is a, emerging, a high growth market. You don't have to go after like 15 other countries all at the same time, because otherwise your management will be defocused. You'll be living in a plane instead of still trying to grow your company with this attractive market. So usually these investors also push companies to stay local, to focus.
Okay, question here.
Hello. I have.
But can you introduce yourself, guys? You can.
Yes, my name is Samir. I'm a blogger, and I have one question. I'm French. What are the main opportunities for the French ecosystem, the French startups? Why should they go to Russia? Because usually we're a bit scared about about Russia. So about the copyright and stuff. So what are the main opportunities for French startups to go to Russia?
Anyone would like to answer a question? Any opportunities for French startup to go to Russia?
First of all, Russia is one of the biggest markets in Europe. So that's one reason. And the Russian market is immature. So there is a lot of spaces and a lot of windows to work on. A lot of supporting activities in Russia, like investment and other one. And a lot of talented people, raw talent, which you can manage and lead to really worldwide corporation. So that's why.
Oh, and the second, you also can get people, talents. And one more, if you operate with some programs like Skolkovo itself, since Sasha can tell more about it, you can get grant, which is not getting from you anything, I mean, the property-wise. Venture capital is ugly people, they take in a lot of from company, yes? So grants, it is a grants which support actual entrepreneurial initiative.
Well, in few words, Russia is interested in foreign companies, not only French companies, with successful and proven business model. If there is a specific niche in the market, it will be perhaps easier to penetrate Russian market and to obtain market traction just due to lower competition. That's number one. Number two, say, coming to Russia and opening, creating business, settling in Russia is supported by various government initiatives which can give certain benefits to the company and allows the company to save quite significant amount of money comparing to other markets penetration.
Also, I can add that our fund was created by initiative of Russian President Vladimir Putin. And he also supported the teams we are invested in. So actually help us to represent the companies to the big state corporation and the big federal ministries to work with the technologies and to use that technologies. So we're getting help on very high level.
Okay, thank you.
So, one more coin.
Thank you.
Just for coin or nice question?
Very nice question. My name is Ioana Boshnakova, and I'm working for a new agency. It's a digital agency in Paris. And actually, my question is it real-time bidding developed in Russia? Real-time bidding developed in Russia?
Yeah, I can answer that. Apart from being a partner of IIDF Capital, I'm also a managing partner of Pool Group. That's one of the largest Russian advertising companies. Well, real-time bidding, in terms of inventory, like the websites, publishers enabling real-time bidding, it's around 20% of inventory is real-time bidding enabled at this moment. And also Yandex, Mail, and Google Russia are introducing real-time bidding to their inventory and their publishers. But in terms of demand, it's still quite underdeveloped, unfortunately. And as the market is mainly driven by larger budgets and larger advertisers, you just have to wait a little bit for them to include, real-time bidding in media plans for next years. But the technology itself is more sort of a commodity, so you have to build some really advanced competitive advantages based either on access to data, and that's why I said big data is another hype in Russia, and or around unique access to inventory.
Okay.
Thank you.
Last question, last coin. Last question, last coin. It is just 51 seconds, 45 seconds, 43 seconds. No?
Can you hear me? Hi, my name is Shlomi Salim Ben Basat. I'm coming from Turkey. My question is for Russian investors. How would you evaluate to investing in a Turkish company that is actually becoming global?
I will answer fast, since I visited Turkey 2 times for LeWeb'13, and I saw that it is few companies that are interested to be invest, and the global, to bring global, it is the same as to bring any company global, since the biggest IT internet market still in the US. So the same model. So we are done. Thank you for you guys. Thank you for your questions and listening to us. So I hope Russia opened for you a lot of opportunities.